Some have said that the American dream is dead. But I know better. My own life demonstrates that the promise of opportunity of America, the beacon which has brought tens of millions to this glorious country, is alive and well. Not just as a dream, but a remarkable reality. I dreamed about living in America for 3 years by looking at a US map day and night. After grueling tests and repeated attempts to get a student visa, I boarded a plane for the first time in my life. I was so happy that I could have lifted the airplane with my hands and flown here with my pumped up heart. Now, I'm standing here with my beautiful wife and you all in the same city where millions and millions of immigrants came from around the world, seeing the same image of Lady Liberty in New York Harbor as the symbol of new life that was before them. They came to this magical land of opportunities with meager possessions, but a strong hope that if they worked hard and abided by the American virtues, they would have a comfortable place to survive, maybe even a place to thrive in this country. For America is the only place on the planet where it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter how much money you had. It doesn't matter what your religion, color, or race. What matters in America is the content of your character and the willingness to work hard. 10 years ago, I was just like one of those immigrants who came into this country with a single suitcase and a strong hope. This great city gave me the snow-covered parks where I could practice my spoken English out loud without a neighbor calling the police. This wonderful city gave me a kind New York City pizza store owner who would invite me to eat in his restaurant for free all the 3 square meals per day until I graduated. This great city gave me the warmth to huddle inside a building when I didn't have anywhere to go or any place to stay on a cold, wintry night. For all the opportunities New York has given to me, I didn't know how to say thank you. But I do now. And that is why I stand before you today. For the opportunities of New York and the generosity of its people kept coming. Later, when my strong father visited me in this country for the first time in his life, he had a heart attack. One of the best hospitals in this city saved his life through a state-of-the-art surgery after a quick response by the New York City paramedics following an emergency call. When my dad and I were alone in the hospital, without friends or family to comfort, this city sent my dad comfort in the form of a social worker. This remarkable city saved his life and sustained him. When my dad and I left the hospital hand in hand, gratitude in heart, tears in my eyes, I didn't know how to say thank you, but I do now. And that is why I stand before you today. When the same New York University from which I graduated invited me to teach international relations to the diverse New York City student population, I didn't know how to say thank you. As an unexpected bonus, NYU library introduced me to the most compassionate and kind woman I had ever met. When our one-year courtship ended up in the happiest marriage I could have imagined, I didn't know how to say thank you. When I waited for my green card, thinking about the unlimited professional opportunities in this country, to thrive in this greatest economy in the world, I visited New York City Public Library often. Out of curiosity, I checked out Abraham Lincoln's book. Lincoln famously declared American founding fathers were giant oaks. Inspired by his words, I set out to read all the biographies of the founding fathers who created America. I learned so many lessons from our founders. I read about George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, and the New York City immigrant, Alexander Hamilton. Out of the many lessons I learned from our founders, the most important and poignant was the way they chose to say thank you to the society that adopted them and given them unlimited opportunities and nourished them. In the 19th century, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "America is another name for opportunity." That remains true for millions of Americans even today. But sadly, there is another America where the dreams has not yet become the reality. During my years of teaching in colleges and public high schools in New York City, I saw that although many students and their family worked hard to improve their lives, opportunities seldom came for many. This is a contrast between our founding fathers' visions and the dreams for our country and the reality of the lives of too many of our citizens. Thomas Jefferson identified education as the foundation of democracy. Our public school education, the cornerstone of our democracy, has a cracked foundation. A public school education is virtually the only opportunity for any kid, regardless of class, race, and gender, for an upward mobility. There's no silver bullet. A fantastic education and hard work are the most vital path for change for those who have not yet achieved their American dream. A fantastic education is the best way to infuse our economy with people who are trained for the jobs of the new era. Thousands of jobs like those to be created in Roosevelt Island through Cornell Technical School project in our district. As someone with an engineering degree, entrepreneurial background, and as a professor of science technology policy, I understand the urgency to create the 21st century job opportunities for the citizens of New York. We need schools that train our children for the future. All New York parents feel that their children will have a better opportunity for a better life than they had. Lack of opportunity not only endangers the American dream, but also destroys the core ethos for which this city and country stand. In the 20th century, physicist and clergyman William Pollitt said, "It is the responsibility of leadership to provide opportunity and the responsibility of individuals to contribute. Our school system must open the doors widely and our children must walk through it." The last words of my dad ever said were, "If you do the right thing, everything will be right." Now the time has come for me to realize my dad's words and our founders' visions and to repay my piled up debt to New York and New Yorkers. I stand before you today to say thank you and to begin to repay my debt to this city and its people. I will serve my city and enrich the lives of my fellow New Yorkers through expanding the opportunities for their success. I will work very hard to create opportunities for every child and adult so they have a chance to achieve their American dream. I finally thank you all New Yorkers and my friends here from the bottom of my heart for all the opportunities, kindness, love, caring, support you have bestowed upon me. If I am elected, I will devote myself completely to this city and the country that has changed the world and changed many lives, including mine. Thank you very much.